I like to think of myself as someone who always looks beneath the surface, someone who tries to dig deep to find the pearl of great price. So as a Catholic peace activist and a woman trying to live and work in solidarity with women on the margins of society, I couldn't believe that I'd never heard of the only religious congregation in the UK sharing this same radical charism of gospel non-violence and love for the poor, namely the Sisters of St. Joseph of Peace. Friends who knew that I was discerning where God wanted me to be would often joke, though rather poignantly, that there was no religious congregation in the UK that was truly committed to active non-violence, and certainly not one that would accept someone like me with a criminal record for such actions. But I had begun 40 days of picketing St. Joseph to discern where I could possibly live out this calling that God had placed deep in my heart. On day one of my prayer picket, I received an email that in passing mentioned Sisters of St. Joseph of Peace. My eyes were drawn to 3 words: St. Joseph and Peace. Just as Mother Clare, the founder of the congregation, had dreamed, the very name Sisters of Peace will, it is hoped, inspire the desire of peace and a love of it. Thank God for Google, because within seconds I was on the CSJP website. My heart leapt for joy as I saw some of the headings on the homepage, and I knew St. Joseph had been very busy on my behalf. In particular, Sister Miriam's story resonated with me so profoundly. Now in her 70s, Miriam had served a 6-month prison sentence for having crossed the line at the School of the Americas in Fort Benning. Here was a sister incarnating Jesus' call to us to love our enemies and to make real in our lives the gospel of non-violence. Yet Miriam had paid a high price for this. But just as our founder Mother Clare said, the path of the reformer is not one of roses, and the world, even when it calls itself Christian, has very little sympathy for those who denounce evil.